I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
I think we'll go here anyways. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Curling Stadium Martensville International here in Martensville, Saskatchewan. My name is Jim Nix, and I'm here with Terry Corbin, looking to bring you action and draw number 1 of this event. First event after the Brier for some of these teams. Hey, Terry, how you doing?
Doing great, thanks, Jim. Looking forward to getting back in the saddle here, as they say, and watching some good curling.
Yeah, it has been a while. We were treating some good curling in the Brier a little while ago. One of these teams did play in the Brier, so that's kind of exciting as well. Rylan Kleiter from Saskatoon here in Saskatchewan was in the Brier, had a pretty good run. I think not final results, maybe not quite what they would like, but I think they look pretty good in the games I saw.
Very much so. I was really impressed with Ryan's draw weight for his time at the Brier.
Yeah, for sure, and you know, relatively, I believe relatively new on the circuit, if you will. I wasn't familiar with him before we did some events earlier this year, and he's only 26, so he's still pretty young as far as curling goes. And yeah, looked impressive. His opposition today from Winnipeg is Braden Calvert, another name that we used to hear a lot. I haven't heard a lot in recent years, but that's possibly because of where I live in Eastern Canada. But a really good player in junior, won a World Junior way back in 2015. But yeah, look for them to be pretty solid here today too.
Actually, Braden won 2 Canadian Junior Championships, one in 2014 and one in 2015, and he actually won a World Junior Championship in 2015. So
yeah,
he's no stranger to the international world and competitive curling. In fact, he defeated Yannick Schwaller from Switzerland there to win the gold in 2015. So. Yeah, lots of experience. I haven't heard much of him, to be honest, since probably COVID. Just, coming out of COVID, he certainly had a team there. He and, Kyle Kurtz is playing second now, but he was a longtime vice for Braden for probably close to 10 years.
Yeah. Just getting a quick replay here. We've been to Martens. We've been here before, and we know the ice conditions are really good here. And that one curls a lot. That was a soft takeout weight, but it really moved over pretty good. So it's a good indication we're going to have some movement today.
Yeah, that's just great. This is Matt Hall of Team Kleiter. Matt's no stranger to international curling either. So he's been with Ryan now. This is their second year together.
Yeah, listening to a little bit over the Briar, sounds like he's somebody that used to do a little bit of skipping on his own, and then
Yeah.
opted to join this team. So throws second, I believe, on this team, and does hold the broom when Rylan throws, though. So we use his experience in the house is a good thing to have when you're throwing those skips rocks.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, Matt's he lost the Canadian Junior Final way back in 2017 to Tyler Tardy, and then he joined Tyler as the I think it was that second, but it might have been as vice, and he won a World Junior title with Tyler. And he's also won a U20 University Curling Championship when he was at the University of Waterloo. So, again, highly competitive curler and has had a lot of success at a very young age.
I don't even know if they had curling at the University of Waterloo when I went that many years ago, but it was also before I ever started to play, or hardly started to play, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nice shot there. It was in. Nice little freeze. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out here. We didn't really catch. I don't know for sure even who was hammer here. We'll figure that out in a minute.
So this is Josh Martin. He's been with Ryland for like a number of years, as has I think Trevor's been around as well with Ryland. They played a lot of junior together, but as you mentioned, Matthew holds the broom when Ryland's throwing, but Joshua Martin is throwing vice rocks.
Yeah, good player, left-hander. Yeah, a really lovely shot there. Going to be a little bit of a challenge, I would think, Terry, just in my experience of playing in events not at this level, but in reasonably good events, to come back and play in something that that isn't quite as high talent level or whatever. When you do that, it's sometimes hard to kind of keep your enthusiasm and everything going into those games. We'll see how Rylan gets on today.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at the Briar, I mean, not only is there curling, but there's just the whole event. And this, you would think this would be a little bit of a letdown, but you know what? I mean, even though it might be a little letdown in terms of the competition, certainly you would think it would be a little less stress on the team in terms of throwing rocks. I mean, now you can maybe have that beer or have a little extra fun.
Yeah, true enough. And it's also you forget some of these teams are they're looking a bit bigger picture than that too. Yeah, the season ends for some teams at the Briar, but some of these other teams, like Ryland's team, is a team that's trying to build for the future as well. They probably weren't thinking they were going to win the Briar, but so they get an opportunity to play in an event like this with some really, really high-end talent in this Bonspiel. It's a very, very strong field. And, you don't want to mess up on those opportunities, especially when it's at home. It's not going to cost you a whole lot of money to come. So you don't miss those opportunities to compete against the best teams around whenever you can, I guess.
Yeah, that was a bad miss there by Matty on his last rock of the end. Or not Matty, Joshua, sorry. And really has put Team Calvert in a really good position here to, put that little extra pressure on Ryland.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that Calvert actually has hammer here in the first end. It looks like I'm just trying to count the rocks in the other end. It's not.
No, I think you're absolutely correct. You're gonna have to go to get this by, and they're gonna come up short. Might have just let Rylan off the hook there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit for sure. We just talked about Rylan Kleiter's draw weight, and we're going to get an opportunity to see that right now.
Yeah.
I
Calvert's
think we
sitting
went through the
2.
first box before I realized it was Rylan and not Ryan, but we got it right now.
He's been participating, internationally since 215 when he was curling at the U18 level. So he's no stranger to this.
Yeah. He's got the intern draw, about 4 feet of ice here.
He's got to do some curling.
Should finish pretty good in here, man. It's pretty good. He might be able to get to that, though.
Well, I'm just glad he made me look good.
Yeah, no, he made you look like you just were really right on it. Yeah. Have to send him a Tim Hortons card or something after. And
yeah, that's right.
Thanks. Yeah. Now we're looking at doing something with those front rocks. Might not be a bad idea, Terry. Especially if you could roll the other yellow in somewhere. But
yeah, he hits that anywhere on the nose. The red one's flying, and if he can hit it perfectly, he can potentially keep the Rockies running in under cover.
Yeah. It's pretty close of a nose hit, just a tiny little bit. I assume he's going intern here, so maybe a tiny little bit on the low side or the left side as we look at it in the overhead.
Yeah.
Not very much, though. Nose would certainly do it.
Yeah. I questioned whether Braden was really from Winnipeg. He's a guy, he doesn't slide on the toe.
Oh, yeah.
In the tuck position, I guess.
Now to get kicked out of curling.
That's right.
A little too much.
This is really close.
Perfect. Wow, great shot.
Yeah.
Great shot by
Still
Braden Calvert.
sitting
We're gonna have
too,
another look at it.
and basically behind cover.
Yeah. I think he hit this exactly where he wanted to hit it. Pretty much knows too. So great shot.
Yeah.
We're leaving Kleiter in some real trouble here now in the first end.
Oh yeah.
Got to switch turns, go to the other side.
Yeah, I would think that the best outcome probably he's hoping for is, we'll only give up one, and if he could sneak it in and around and grab a piece of the button, you never know. Steal of one could be in play, but worst case scenario, he leaves Calvert a shot for 3 here.
Yeah. Even if he's a little bit warm and gets to the back one there, he might give up a deuce, but that would be almost. He sort of set that out a little bit, but
yeah,
come up.
It's been having trouble getting this to curl at the end.
It's got to go. It's got to curl hard now.
It's going to be second shot by the looks of it.
Second shot, but very possible to get to, I think, for Braden Calvert. Not an easy shot, but certainly, he doesn't have to he only has to move it to half a rock, so here he goes.
Yeah. He throws this with any bit of weight, and when I say any bit of weight, if he's kind of heavy, this thing just looks like it won't curl.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be precise in terms of the weight.
Yeah. Yeah, usually when you have ice like this with that nice finish, it's beautiful and everything else. For the teams that can find that weight, that workable weight, if you want to call it that, they can work magic with it. But if you're a club curler like I seem to be these days, or most of our members, it's these shots are a little more challenging. It's hard to throw that exact right weight.
The last shot on its way at the end. It's really got a curl.
Working on it pretty hard.
Yeah, this is the problem. See, just in that little bit of that.
I think he's getting to it, Terry. I think he's going to get to it. Oh, he did, but not good enough. So, after an opportunity missed here for Braden Calvert, that was definitely a makeable shot, and another just 2 feet less weight and whatever, he would have probably made that. But he does manage to pick up one here in the first end at the Curling Stadium Martensville International. We'll be back for you right after the break. So you're going to have a break.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed
Well, heading up to your neck of the woods, hopefully here at the end of the month, and my sister's team's Masters women's not really close to you, to be honest. I guess have to go past you at least to get there. Yeah, they go to Sault Ste. Marie for the women's Masters. Yeah, we're just flying. I think we're flying to Toronto and driving from there to Sault Ste. Marie. From what I understand, that's what they want to do. So anyway,
is that right? Yeah. So I'm gonna
we're back in the second end action here in Martensville. Jim Nix and Terry Corbin with you this morning. Braden Calvert just getting him one in his opportunity in the first end. Kind of a missed opportunity, Terry, for sure.
Yeah, it was. That was a difficult shot for sure because it was so weight sensitive. Looks like they're having a little bit of trouble getting the rock to curl out there outside the middle of the 8 foot. The curl is late, but any extra weight, it's just not making that curl at all. So you're right, missed opportunity. It wasn't the degree of difficulty. I think was pretty high there because it was so weight sensitive.
Yeah, sure. So Rylan Kleiter now with hammer in the second end. Rylan, if you see here that the Calvert team has a center guard up, it has a rock at the back of the button, and Kleiter's going to ignore that and go around the corner. It's always interesting to see what teams decide whether to play that or play the draw around the center, but it's probably about 50-50, it seems.
Yeah, I was impressed with Ryland's team and the way he skipped at the Montana's Brier. Definitely really willing to, kind of go aggressive mode. Doesn't seem to be afraid to have lots of rocks in play with, obviously lots of options to make things happen. So Team Calvert now chasing that one around the corner.
they can get it by, and looks like they will. They did.
Yeah.
I all thought I spoke too soon for a minute, but
And just gets enough to remove it from the rings as well.
yeah, just barely for sure. Yeah.
Now certainly Rylan can get not only the double but the roll.
Well, exactly, yeah. And he's throwing a little weight at this. I think now I'm not sure what their team signals are, but a tap on the shoulder usually indicates, some teams indicates normal weight, some teams indicates a little bit up, maybe peel weight.
I would think he's throwing normal, yeah.
Yeah. Still trying to carve it over there. Not quite getting to where they want, but going to be look like the nose and then a little flop in. This Calvert team, we have to sort out, Terry. They're not throwing in the order that we have it. So obviously, I think Braden Calvert now I think Braden's throwing now. He calls the game, I believe, and I think this is him going to throw now.
Oh, is it?
And the guy in the house might be throwing the last rock. The guy throwing the skips rocks was wearing a baseball hat, so I believe that this is Braden Calvert just by the pictures I saw on Curling's home. But I'm not 100%.
I thought Braden used one of those straw brooms that's all taped up.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, and that's what I just don't know. Probably no, this wasn't him, so I don't know what the order is here. But I don't think we'll figure that out, and then we'll make it clear for everybody that's watching, or somebody that's watching that knows these guys could tell us.
Yeah, that looks like the second Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle Kurz.
Can I get that yellow and roll far?
That's who's supposed to be second, so you got that right for sure.
And my guess, because I've never known Braden to have a black beard, is that is Braden in the house.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Yep. Kleiter trying to run that yellow one in. Hit and roll to the center.
Half a rock and maybe roll out.
Yeah, good throw.
The yellow at the back, though, is getting a little bit well guarded up for whether they want it or not. Going to be guarding up, and it's going to get a little tougher for Rylan to get in there pretty soon, I think. See, so Calvert's team now is going to opt to go to a straight guard. I don't see that very often with these guys at this.
No,
this
you're
level.
right.
Yeah.
Most teams do not like to give up control of the top of the house.
Yeah. Well, he got it where he wanted it. Tuck a little tiny piece, just perfect. If he doesn't get that little tiny curl at the end, there's a possibility of the yellow, red, yellow.
Yeah. I would think now Ryan will look at blowing this up.
I think he needs to.
He hits this yellow high, it might drive the yellow rock that he's going to end up directing into the red rock, which may pick that yellow off the back of the floor.
Yeah. It's not over curl, I think. Or under curl, depending on which one he's trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what he was hoping for.
I would have thought he was trying to drive it over the top to catch the yellow-red combination going back in.
Yeah, that did not improve the situation. In fact, it didn't help at all.
No, it's good for Calvert, but not for
Yep.
Kleiter. So he's a chance now to duck around and really make it tough.
Yeah. Right out of his hand, they're on it.
I guess we got that throwing order right after all, Terry. My fault. This one's got a curl. You really don't want to leave the double out here. You can help it.
Yeah, there's that late finish, but not enough to get it in behind the cover.
I'm just looking at not trying to make the double here. I think he's just considering his options right now. But first he indicated he might just try to tap this on the nose and stay right there pretty well. But now he looks like he's going to peel the front.
Yeah.
Watch from the turn lefty for Calvert, or for Kleiter rather. It's pretty near a gimme this one, so made it a little not quite as good as you would like to, but
No.
definitely an ugly end for Team Kleiter. They just haven't really got much happening here. Probably a triple there, but person never wanted to play it if you were the other team throwing right now, but
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, obviously it would be nice to make a triple.
yeah.
Just looking at the angles, I don't know. I don't know if it really is there. Well, I mean, I guess it is there, but I mean, yeah, I think you'd have to throw it with a lot of weight. He's elected to try and maybe run this red back of his own and make contact. I mean, if he makes it real good, you know, he could be on the 4-foot with shot rock, and maybe even provide a little cover for that if his shooter stays right there.
Well, Calvert looking to remove the red and probably flop just, maybe not flop much, flop maybe just so he's splitting the center line, kind of takes away a little bit of both rocks at the back. Use the curl a little more, it's going to roll away. So I think he's kind of maybe giving Kleiter a little bit of a chance to get out of this.
Yeah.
It's one of those you got to be careful, but I think you have an opportunity there to maybe try to put a little more heat on than that by peeling that one. Is, I don't know. You're already sitting 3. That rock's not really too much of a concern. You could maybe come right around it even and set top 8 behind. But anyway, he didn't. He decided to remove it, which, you know, everybody approaches that differently.
Yep.
Back to the triple comment though, Terry. I was thinking about it when you were saying it. It's like, for me, triples are a little bit like eagles in golf. I think I've made like 2 of them in my entire life. So it's like it's kind of I don't tend to call a lot of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Rylan Kleiter now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Kleiter's elected to try and play the double and roll, I believe, is the call.
Yeah, I think he has to. Yeah, it'll be a pretty simple run back for Calvert, but right now you got to give yourself an opportunity here. Throw a little bit of weight on this one.
Close.
Yeah, he's close yet. It's hard to get that roll under, I think, but
Yeah. However, that looks a lot better now than it did after the front end had completed their jobs.
yeah. So he's going to play this to hit and roll over to the other side and the edge of the 4-foot kind of thing. Any thoughts about just hitting this right on the nose, Terry? I'm thinking that it depends on what you want him to do. If you're on the nose, he may need to draw, and he's got a little bit of shrapnel up front that causes the draw to be a little bit tough.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Rylan's ability to throw the draw and the confidence he has in throwing the draw. I might want to make sure that I maybe even hit that on the nose, and if he wanted to draw, at least you're probably shrinking the rings a little bit.
Sure. So our screen's frozen up, Terry, but they are actually in the middle of throwing this shot, so we'll just look at the YouTube screen for a minute and see what we've got. Throwing the hit on the red, Calvert's going to hit. It looks like he's going to stay pretty much right there, and he does. So Rylan having a look at it now, deciding on what he wants to do. Get hit. Yeah, he's going to draw. So we're going to throw the out turn draw to the button. Could hit the top one, actually, because I think it would move. The way they're sitting there right now, I think it's the outside one would move, and he'd end up with shot lock. But we've seen Rylan draw, and we saw him in this game draw. So going pretty good with draw weight, so that's what he's going to do. Just needs a little better than full 8 foot. There we go. Now we can see it better. It's going pretty hard. Oh, letting up a little bit now, so we should be close.
Yeah, that's good.
And this looks very nice. Not too many sweepers nowadays that aren't very good, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. These guys did a nice job bringing that right into the pin. Rylan Kleiter picks up his 1 here and end number 2. We'll go to the third, tied at 1, and we come back from the break. It was a very nice shot. No doubt about it. Look at some of the new equipment and all that kind of stuff. And new people. We're just not quite lined up on our commercials yet. We will bypass the break for this end and start the third. Here is about at the point now where these guys get a little more aggressive with guards and whatnot, or do we see as much as we might see in the first couple of ends. Certainly no shortage, I guess. Try to get a little piece of that center line so the no tick roll comes into effect, and they will do that. So very nice shot. Lead stone Trevor Johnson. Brendan Aqua. I don't know how to say that. Sorry, Brendan. I'm probably making a mess of your last name here. Aqua. Tucker, lead stone for Team Calvert. And he's still on the out turn draw. Come right around. A little bit more curl now, working hard on it, and he'll get it in there pretty nicely. But thanks to everybody watching this morning's game. I know it's a pretty early day. In my neck of the woods, it's 12:30, but much earlier where you guys are, or a lot of you guys are at least, so thanks for taking in the game. I'm very pleased to be bringing it to you here on Curling Stadium. Kleiter's Team Kleiter playing the in-turn draw. Looks very nice. Tuck it in there a little bit more, and a very nice throw for Trevor Johnson. A little tiny bit deep, but that's pretty good. Shot now for Calvert, the intern come around. Sit right on that would be pretty good. It's pretty good. Everybody's got a good handle on draw weight now. Very nicely done. Sitting frozen right at the back of the button. Matt Hall now will look to throw that same shot again. As it becomes a little bit of a game of angles and who's where at this point. First few rocks at the end are going kind of according to plan. Maybe with the exception of the rock that slid, Trevor Johnson just slid just behind the field line. Looks good as well. Reaches a tiny little bit warm. Nope. Trying to carve it in now, and looks like he'll get there. Shot rock, and that one's pretty much solid. So now for Calvert, who has hammer in his hand, he needs to think a little bit about how he's going to maneuver everything around here to be able to score, or at least score more than one. We'll look at the overhead maybe later, and we can see where those rocks are. Exactly. For now, though, we got the same shot, just a little tiny bit of a bump, just trying to set up a little better angle on the yellow at the back. Well, actually, no, I don't know if you want to move that yellow. So the interim freeze basically is what's being played once again. Got to curl a little more, right there a little further. Starting to go hard now. Drooping in, maybe just a hair light. Pretty good. Kyle Kurz. A lot of rocks lined up here. Somebody's sitting one at the moment. Not quite sure which rock it is, but thinking probably the yellow at the back. Still shot rock, but I'll play a very similar shot here. Might be calling just a straight guard here, though. To Hall once again. Matthew Hall, rather, once again. Sweeper indicating maybe it's a 3. I see that a lot nowadays. I've seen that in the last couple of months more and more. Where one sweeper will hold up a number of fingers, and that's usually just a zone. Usually the area from the hog line to the top of the house is broken down into 3 zones. 1, 2, and 3. With 3 being the one closest to the house. So that was a pretty good indication by the sweeper there. He did say 3, so he's looking for it to be a little short, but slid into the rings, but just barely. So pretty good indication of the weight by the front end. So Calvert now is going to try to move some granite. That'll be a challenge. These are always interesting, and you're hoping to end up in a good position at the end, and sometimes you do. Sometimes it doesn't work quite right because you just hit it a little bit off where you're trying to go, and it just doesn't work out the way you'd like. So we got an out-turn, peel, weight shot. These have come up pretty good. Not going to get much other than the high one.
I'm surprised that, here we're in the kind of third end of play here, and it's like they haven't quite I don't want to say they haven't figured it out, but I mean their throws are not being missed on the side that you would think they would be guarding against, getting it outside the perimeter might be narrow.
Not sure how you're coming across outside church. For me, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. That may just be me. Sometimes the production works better on the other end. So a little guard going up here. Nothing's really changed much in the 4-foot area and that scoring area in the last 3 or 4 or 5 shots. The overhead and the other. It's possible to get the overhead on the rock end. Just to see where we are. I'm still not 100% sure who shot in there.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah. Well, we got counting from the back. You got a red and a yellow and a red and a yellow. So I'm guessing the yellow shot. But I'm not sure. So Calvert's looking to remove this one, run this one back in. He really has to move some stuff around if he's planning on scoring more than one, and possibly even if he's planning on scoring more. I'm not sure if he would just do this at this point. If he was already shot rock, I mean, he might, because he's not going to be able to get 2 somewhere. So here comes the third stone. Scoring Chambers. Got to curl, or got to stay straight rather. Don't curl too much. Man, they're having a hard time making much happen here.
Yeah, a little surprise.
Yeah. Later now, we'll ask for another guard. I'm looking for this one to be too deep. One of those when you throw it, you just basically say it's all about line. That's pretty good. I guess you don't have much choice, right, Terry, other than try to move some rocks around.
Yeah.
And it's not set up very good for him to move a lot around either, I don't think.
No, I'm with you there.
Yeah. A lot of discussion here about where and what to hit. Really going to be tough to improve the situation here, I think, Terry. In one shot.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, you know what? That's probably about as good as you could possibly ever hope to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's be a little bit careful here, I think, Terry, because although we can't see real well where those red rocks are, if you ever miss this guard by much, it looks to me like you could hit that yellow one hard on the top and maybe get rid of both reds and maybe score 2 or 3 by the time you're done. So you got to be a little careful with this guard. Make sure it's good.
Yeah, it's how close are those rocks? Because certainly the drag would come into play here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like we've got a camera over the other end house, but we don't have a camera that's functional on the play side of it, if you will, right now. So, Rylan Kleiter throwing a guard. Let's go at the end. Over without creating too much.
Looks like it's going to be lined up actually perfect.
Yeah, good throw.
Yeah.
Very good shot for Rylan.
Yeah, those guards are a lot harder to throw than you think.
Yeah, they are. They are. For sometimes it's the hardest shot in the game for some reason. But
I've always said that, and my team would tell you that I can't throw them. So
yeah. This is a very long end.
Yeah, it's
thankful they don't have clocks on them today. Yeah.
That was the one thing I noticed just at the Brier. Like, it was amazing how many teams, got down to under a minute.
I didn't hear that. So many teams that.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying that it was amazing watching the Brier how many teams got down to under a minute to play.
Yeah.
When they were throwing their last rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Cooey, notorious for being in that situation, but there was a lot of teams were down to under a minute and still had to throw their last rock.
Yeah. I know. I think Cooey. I swear that Cooey must practice it.
Yes.
Because a couple of the games watching this game, I mean, most guys when they get down to that, you're under 10 seconds. There's a noticeable hurry up, if you will.
Yep.
And Kevin's like, there's 4 or 5 seconds left, and he isn't ready to kind of get out of the hack yet. And there doesn't seem to be any hurry up. The one game I saw that he had 2 seconds left and he threw it, I thought, he never looked once like it was any kind of concern. And I thought, geez, how do you do that? Anyway.
Yeah.
This is a draw attempt. I'm sorry, we fell asleep a little bit on that while we were kind of talking about everything else. I'm going to sneak one around here for shot rock. Up against, yeah, so it didn't really do very much, I don't think. But I don't know if there's any way to score multiple points here for either team.
Do you think Red is shot?
I thought Red was shot earlier. I just had that in my mind that Red would have been shot. Yeah.
And you can't tell how much separation there is between the top rocks on the 4 foot, the red and the yellow there.
No, exactly. And I don't think there'd be very much, but Rylan's obviously a little bit afraid that Calvert could come down and make a play on that yellow, which would maybe affect the red that's on the button or just above the button, whatever it is there. And it looks like that's what he's afraid of. It doesn't look like it could be a lot of damage caused from here, but it's very difficult to tell. So an out-turn draw, just a guard really for Rylan Kleiter here.
Yeah, I think that's what they've settled on.
Careful, this one doesn't throw too far. So he's fine. Really nicely done for Rylan Kleiter. So last rock now coming for Calvert.
Yeah, you wonder if you could run that red one in and not hurt yourself.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we got an over.
Oh,
Thank you very
perfect.
much.
There you go. Oh,
Matthew.
so they are frozen, yeah.
Yeah. So the red one's shot. We can tell that now. Yellow's number 2, number 3, number 4. Maybe that's not going to probably matter. I don't know what he would do here. I mean, he's really not much, I don't think. He's coming off over there somewhere. Problem is, you got to be able to hit that red one in the right place to even have it budge at all, and that's not very easy from what I can see. The shot that Rylan was trying to cover up, I think, was this double because he thought maybe if he had hit it hard on the outside that the red might kick off of the yellow, but I don't think so. So he's going to run this
I don't think he can hurt himself by playing any shot here because they're so welded on.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just really tough. Anyway, we'll see what he does with it. I think if he gets it on those yellow ones at all, it's a good shot, regardless of whether or not he scores.
Well, I think he's got to hit the 2 yellows that are close, but on the high side of the yellow that we're looking at, and it might squirt the...
A little bit anticlimactic. We didn't get to see what would happen at all.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but Rylan Kleiter will manage to steal one here in the second end, or third end rather, and take it.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort.
Because I'm not hearing you either, so I don't know whether or not
Hundreds of our next generation
do
athletes.
anything about it on this end or not, but I actually have a headset now that Colleen got from a friend of hers for me to try, but I don't know for sure if I plug it in if anybody be able to hear me anymore, and different things show up and I don't know what to do about it. So we're back. And number 4 here at the Curling Stadium, Martensville International in Bonspiel. Bonspiel that features 16 men's teams playing a triple knockout format. And truly international, we do have one team from the Netherlands, we have a team from Korea, and we have 3 American teams, maybe even 4 American teams, actually. Could be 4, I have to go back and check that, but kind of led by Corey Dropkin on the American side, but a lot of good teams, and should be a great weekend of curling here in Martensville. So 2-1 lead for Team Kleiter. Kleiter throwing first this end. He just stole one in the third. And threw up a guard and looking to come around the guard now. The guard's probably a little high, but they are looking to come around. And pretty aggressive game for both teams. The last end just probably went a little later than it needed to as far as for Calvert in his attempt to score more than a point, and actually in the end to score it all, because everybody made the perfect freeze, but there's no way to clean it up. A good little shot there for lead Trevor Johnson. Brendan, I wish I knew how to say Brendan's last name. Biaka. I'm going to go with that, Biaka.
I think it's Balaka.
Balaka?
Yeah, I think so.
There's an L in there? Okay. Oh, yeah. I thought it was 2 I's. So Balaka. Oh, nice little shot there. Roll behind the corner. Might roll a little far, but a good effort. Nice weight control. And Brendan. They're looking to play the hit. Thinking about it. Matthew Hall going way out. Haven't really been out here, so we're not quite sure what it's going to do. They probably wouldn't even have got out this far in practice, to be honest. Thrown pretty good. Sneak it by. Will they get it by? And they will, just barely. And roll a little bit towards the inside. Great shot by Matthew Hall. Good situation now, though, for Team Calvert. Corner guard, something to work with there. Opposition stone on the T line, but that's okay. Opportunity to come right around the corner and sit on it would be good. Turn draw. You're gonna have to go on this. And then trying to hold it out there. Doesn't overcurl. It's gonna be really close to the guard and on the guard. A little light. Probably a fresh piece of ice going inside out sometimes, and nowadays after practices can be the heaviest place on the ice as far as that goes. Turn come around now for Kleiter. Matthew Hall, second stone. Snoopers aren't doing much on this, so they must be thinking the weight's going to be decent. And it looks like it will be. You don't want to overcurl, but I'd like to get a little more of the house in that. A hard one to take much deeper because it was going to probably overcurl if you did. Pretty good shot.
This to me seems like the most natural shot.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Just a millimeter high. Gotta get low with that. Yeah. Only just half.
So he's opted for the run back. Surprised, I guess, didn't like what happened last end, so he's going to make sure it doesn't get too messy on him. Not going to make it, though. Braden Calvert just hasn't made any of those, which, you know, back in the day would have been not surprised. But nowadays, if people miss those more than once, it's a surprise. They're looking to, thinking about maybe guard now.
Yeah. Certainly, Kleiter has only been in difficulty really the one end, and he drew the lid for one, but I just don't get the feeling that Calvert has put any pressure on Rylan's team from lead right down to skip.
And the one end he did have a chance to put a little pressure was when he didn't have hammer, and he opted to kind of. He probably could have left the rock there and put a little bit more heat on Ryland. Chose not to, but anyway. So this guard going up now. I like this to be probably in around the 2 zone if you want. So go halfway to the house.
Yeah.
Walk for a little bit, but it's okay. It's tough when you're skipping. Tough for Braden right now because he hasn't got anybody making any of these run backs for him, and it's kind of he knows he needs him.
The good news for Braden is that as little as he's made, they're only down 2-1, and they're playing with the hammer.
Exactly, yeah. Should have one here, I think.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, wow, it just missed it.
Can't miss that this way. You'll see it coming again, Terry. It's you think you just didn't quite hold this. You needed the other guy sweeping it, to be honest. Certainly not making it easy on themselves.
No.
Later, I assume, is coming right in this time. Looks funny seeing the 4 yellow rocks all strewn across there. It's
that's right. That's the only good news for Team Club.
Yeah. Can't see the rock real well, but it looks like I can see it on the other side. It's going to be just a little heavy probably, but
yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
T-line. I don't think Calvert has many options here. You're going to run a yellow in and stick it.
Yeah. And he needs to make some contact at least here with one of these. Should be close. Maybe it curled too much, did it?
Very close.
Very good shot. Almost got them both. I'll tell you what, he's not going to have 2 easy ones on his, though.
No. Good discussion here about rock placement. Like, I don't think they want it so close that it can be run in, and wants to leave as much space between his guard and that shot rock as possible, as well as if it's really close to the rings or just in the rings, he can leave his shooter in potential scoring position.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just you're not going to be able to protect against too many here, so you're going to be.
Yeah, that's right.
Where you want to go with it, I guess.
I think ideally he wants to prevent the yellow rock closest to the center line from being run in, because that would open up a little bit more if you're Calvert.
Yeah. Going to get inside them. That's not a surprise. I would have expected him to want to be on the inside of these yellows if he could.
Yeah. If they could get it a little further up.
Did he, I guess. Yeah. Well, probably one more crack at making this, and then I would imagine if he doesn't make it this time, I would expect probably Kleiter to go right around to the top of the forefoot and make it really tough.
I think if you're running anything, you're running that yellow rock closest to the center.
Yeah. Man. It's a mess for sure.
It is a mess that they helped create.
Yeah. I hate to give up another point, but I think that you want to make sure that whatever you do, you at least only give up one here. Yeah, try to tap one of the yellows up and have it at least hit the 8-foot someplace, maybe. That could be an option.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, yeah. We'll play that. Bad part is that you try that and you hit a little too thick. The only thing is gonna go away is your red. Or the red.
Yeah, it's probably it's probably a good half, and you know, you might push that yellow in again off the other yellow.
Yeah.
I think this is the shot.
So what has he decided on here? I haven't seen the actual.
I think running the yellow one closest to the center line.
Okay.
In is, and if you're missing it, you're missing it on high side.
Yeah. Very tough shot.
100%. Because yeah, and even if you make it, I mean, your shooter's going to roll to the left of the ice there, away from the center line, which leaves Kleiter with a shot.
Yeah. So it's on its way. I haven't really got the line right on many of these yet, so we'll see if we can do a little better here. Got to clear a little more, I think.
Close. Got it by the looks of it. Yep.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done. We'll have another look at it here. Just really nice weight control. Just something they could work with here.
I think that's the key. It's the weight control, allows the sweepers to be involved. Braden throws it pretty good and noses it.
Yeah. I don't know if Kleiter could have taken a little bit of that away by bringing that guard in further or not, but regardless, he didn't do that.
I think that was the original intent, was to get that guard, about a foot in front of the rings.
Yeah. So out-turn come around now.
Yep.
Rylan Kleiter, still a good opportunity for him to possibly steal a point here if he can make a good draw with this one.
For sure. Sweepers look like they kind of like it out of his hand.
Gotta be close.
There it goes.
Now, can they get it there?
Oh,
Gotta go pretty hard. Gotta go really hard.
It's there once again. Just a great shot by Rylan Kleiter.
So Team Calvert feeling good after finally making one of these runbacks. Going to try it again.
Yeah.
Must be going to throw this one a little harder, Terry. He looks like he's taking not very much ice. I'm a bit surprised by that. Unless he changes it, it looked like he was right on the rock. So this is not a finesse raise takeout or run back.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to hit it right on the nose. You might.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that
your yellow one out.
And if he does, we're blaming the broadcaster jinx on you.
Well, it's pretty close, but he made it! Wow, what a deuce! What a deuce!
Well, that's about as impressive a skip's deuce as you're ever going to come up with, those two, I'll tell you.
I think so. Again,
It stays pretty straight without excessive weight. Yeah. It's working hard. Nice call.
Yeah,
Just well done.
Great line call.
Yeah. Great
Fantastic.
shot. Fantastic. Yeah. So after 4 ends of play now with Calvert, came out of nowhere, gets score 2 there and takes a 3-2 lead over Rylan Kleiter. We'll be back right after the break. Lost her picture. There we go.
Grip first.
Don't forget the brooms.
Yep, you got it.
I'll drink this one.
Okay. So we're back. A few rocks in here in end number 5. Team Calvert with a 3-2 lead over Rylan Kleiter. After 2 terrific shots in the last end, just really one run back would have been nice. The second one was amazing. And 2 really nice shots by the skipper to score 2.
Well, and you know, we always talk about owning the front of the house, and even though those rocks were well out in front of the house, they were yellow. And when you're running your rocks into the house, you kind of like your chances a little bit better than when you're running their rocks into the house. That was an unbelievable skip's deuce. Unbelievable.
It was. Later now, we'll be a little anxious to get a couple back here. Excuse me. Already got a mess out front. We'll be looking to come right around to the 4-foot.
This one's busting hard.
Yeah, they're going to be on the guard, I think. A little light.
Yeah, I think if you're Team Kleiter, it's time to try and clear up the front a bit.
Yeah, he's got a couple of nice corner guards out there, but he's not going to be able to use them much right now with so many yellows out there. He'll be able to get rid of a couple of these yellows in this shot. But if you can do it really, really well, you might even be able to put your own into the 12-foot a little bit. There's some serious angles for that, but Matthew Hall, he'll wait. Over curling a little bit.
Over curling.
Look at that. Wow. I almost called that one.
Almost got that. Tapered.
Yeah. I can do it easier from here than doing it out there, I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was a good shot for Matthew Hall. Just kind of cleaned it up pretty good. Still one out there, but that looks a lot better than it did a minute ago. So Calvert now will look to come in on the out turn side. Cooper's just having a look. Curves. That's very nicely done.
Yeah, I'd like to get as much separation as possible between the two rocks and stay above the tee line.
Yeah.
Well done.
Matthew Hall looked to play the run back here and needs to curl a little bit.
Got a curl.
Yeah, get there, but then give himself another corner on the other side. So pretty good shape, but they will eventually have to make one of these.
Yeah, this is where, rock placement again is, or depth of the rock placement is kind of critical. Too high, and, you give an opportunity for Team Kleiter to play a quiet weight shot, potentially get a roll underneath either side where they have some corner guards, so.
Work this one pretty hard, I think, right?
Yeah, I think you want to get it as, at least close to the rings. That's pretty good, yeah.
That is, they did a really nice job on that. I really thought they were going to leave that pretty much open.
Good sweep, guys.
Gonna have a little chat about it. Well, Terry, this being international, the Martensville International, and today being International Pie Day, I think
Aha!
everybody should be offering a slice of pie at this event. What do you think? Think that's happening?
It could be a little bit of a wait, but
Yeah.
if it appears suddenly on your desk, it's because somebody in the house is listening to you.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I'm not allowed to eat that stuff anymore, so I miss giving the odd piece of pie every now and then. Anyway. So the guys are still trying to decide what to do here.
Yeah, I mean, again, the rock is high enough to potentially make a play on that shot, that rock in the house, but it's the curl or lack of curl with any kind of weight that is concerning, I think.
Yeah. I think
But they're going to give it a go.
Yeah, I think they're doing a little bit of a rock count here too, and realizing that if they run the front one and don't make it again, then they're rapidly running out of opportunities to do that. So they're going to go after the one in the house with probably, I don't know, maybe about a hack weight shot or something.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, he slid pretty tight. He's going to work to get that back into the broom.
Yeah.
Left-hander out turn. Going to be close.
Very
going to be a great shot.
And the roll, and the roll, and the roll, and the roll. Yep.
Very nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what curling in the briar teaches you to do, I think.
Well, yeah, you can't always run, but you have to be decisive when you make these moves.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have loved to have actually bumped it out of the rings, but it's in a pretty good position right now. It's probably reachable for Team Calvert, though. Looks like it will be. Close to the guard, but sneak it by and hit 3/4, roll right back.
But now this gives Team Kleiter an opportunity to make a better roll.
Yeah. I don't know which way he's going to go with the roll here. First, I thought they'd be going under again, under the corners, but I'm not sure he's going the other way. And to be honest, judging by how easily they picked that one out, he might end up having to roll out of being shot rock to have it not be able to reach. So, might be a good idea to go this way.
I think this is the safest way.
Yeah. Should be good.
Yeah. Real good.
Roll. I don't know that you could do it any better than that.
No, that's precision, man.
See it coming down here again. Again, Josh is a left-hander. Sometimes that out-turn stays his out-turn stays a little straighter, but whatever it did it right. So great shot.
The good news is Calvert has seen this shot played and should have a good idea of the required weight and where to place the broom.
Yeah, the challenge here, if there's a challenge here, is just that it's a little tiny bit more buried than the previous shot, but
yeah.
it'll be easier than his last shot, though.
Yeah, you would think.
Looks like he'll get by. Really?
Yeah,
will.
they're by. Yeah.
It'd be hard to get a big enough roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was going to be the challenge because, I mean, they only barely, Kleiter's team couldn't get the roll buried, and he had a little bit more of it to hit than that one, so.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you have to roll to make this really good. I think you got to almost get all the way over to the other yellow one. Seems like just behind the guard's not going to do it. Braden made that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Turn hit here. See some signals going up.
Yeah.
Just gonna roll. I'm not gonna roll very
Not
far.
much of a roll, yeah.
No. I don't know that he overthrew it, but for the broom that they had and everything, I think that that was probably too much weight, but a little ice might have done it. Didn't have a lot of ice.
Yeah, now Calvert would like to ensure he stays in the rings here, but I think he's going to play it with just a little bit more weight than he threw on the last one, because I think he's going to go hard for the roll.
Yeah. Yeah, he can certainly afford to do that for sure. Just have to make sure you stay here. If you're Braden, it's you want to make sure that you force Kleiter in this situation.
Yeah, make sure you get by and make sure you stay.
Yeah. Flying might get the roll behind the guard, center guard. No. Rylan Kleiter, no choice really but to take his one.
Yeah.
I don't want to play something else and you make this for two.
Just control weight type shot, I think, Terry, on this one.
Yeah.
There's that little distinct push at the end. So many people have that sort of a release now, and it's always freaks me out a little bit. We never were taught with that, and it's always like I just feel like you're pushing on line every time, or not. Anyway, he had no trouble at all. He makes that one, and Kleiter picks up a single here in 5. Ties this one up at 3 after 5 ends of play here at the Curling Stadium, Martensville International in Martensville, Saskatchewan. We'll be back with you in a moment.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
An hour and a half into this, and we're just barely starting the 6th end.
Sorry, what's that?
I said we're an hour and a half, and we are back. We're at number 6. We were just talking about this game being a little bit longer than teams would like it to be. We're going an hour and a half for 6 ends normally. We've only got 5, but it's been some complicated ends, Terry.
Yes. There's been some great shot making, and then there's been a fair bit of suspect shooting to start the game. But it seems now like we're into a rhythm, and people are a little bit more comfortable with the ice that they're playing on, and I'm looking forward to a real good finish here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a tight one for sure. So Kleiter's got the center guard up, and Calvert throws up the corner guard. Pretty traditional. Trevor Johnson.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Calvert gets here.
This is always an 8-end game. This is always, one of the key ends, if not the key end in scoring, depending on what type of game is going on. So whoever scores here is definitely would have I'm sure that the analytics would be very favorable for them as we go to the last couple ends. Calvert going around the corner. Brendan Malaka. Think anybody can actually buy a straw broom anymore if you're one of the people that throw with one, or you have to find somewhere at a flea market or something?
No, last year somebody told me where you could get them if you were looking for it.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's just old stock.
Yeah. So we've got our little 4 corners set up here. Matthew Hull for Team Kleiter will be asked to come right around. Could be above the tee line on this one. Matter and Johnson on the brooms. Pretty good handle on this one. It's a little bit deep, is it, or is it going to stop?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty darn good, yeah. So appeal attempt now for Team Calvert. It's sort of almost standard kind of fare here. Some teams might ignore this and come right around and follow that down, but not many. It's a good shot, but does leave the center guard. So we look to come right in on this, or just a little bit in front of the rings here, Terry? What do you think?
I'm thinking that you want to be second shot here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. That's what I think I would be going to with it. The little biter on the outside teases you a little bit. But...
Mm-hmm. And we've seen Calvert run a couple of stones of his into the rings and score too. So
yeah. So appeal attempt here.
Oh, this
I was hoping to pick that top one off, but
yeah, this is starting to look like the one end earlier in the game where just missing those run backs.
Yeah. Joshua on the turn. Josh has to throw center guard here. About halfway. And that's going to be pretty good, I think. Could make a play at the one. Yeah, I was just going to say, could make a play at the one at the top of the 8-foot and roll behind the corner.
I think that's probably worth trying at this stage of the game.
Yeah. The other side of that for Kleiter, though, it's not, like you say, that it gets a little nervous, but at the same time, you can make a couple of. You only have 3 more rocks to go in this end. If you make a couple of decent barriers, you have a good chance you'll steal one. Let's see what happens first.
I think just for those who are watching, I think the score is actually 3-3. So we're talking about Calvert having the hammer, and there's a really good example of, just using that quiet weight to, get a second rock in the rings and make things potentially a little bit more nervous for Team Kleiter.
Yeah.
If he makes one runner, we're screwed.
He's looking at trying to get this just a bite, maybe up, kind of a biter, top 12-foot. I think you've got to tuck a bit of a corner here on this.
Well, certainly I heard somebody yell down, if this scenario occurs, we're screwed. And I don't disagree with them. I think I would be playing, something relatively quiet on the first one anyway. And trying to either hit that top yellow or even the one in the rings. I would think that maybe even the top yellow and rolling it in might be just as good. But I do like I like the fact that Kleiter seems to know his team really well and knows the style of game he wants to play. That would be my shot right there. Would be the top one.
I kind of like. Yeah, I kind of like the draw, or the draw/guard shot, but you got to put it in the right place, and it does leave. The thing I don't like about it is it does leave Calvert a chance if he needed to later to play the double off his own here.
Yeah,
that's in the 8-foot. So if you're going to play the draw here, I think you got to make sure you get. I think you got to make sure you get number 2. I think you want to be just out biting that little one that's just on the outside. I feel better about it that way, at least.
Yeah, I see the concern about, bringing it into the 12-foot and, giving Calvert an opportunity to, make a play on it and roll over again and put another one in the rings. But I think, if it's short, it's the same scenario. Like if you're a foot short, he can still, make a play at that and roll his shooter into the rings. So
yeah.
I think you just got to decide. This is a big end, as you say. Scoring is kind of essential for Calvert, and if you put a 3-spot or even a 2-spot on the board, I mean, it really enhances your chances. And I think by not playing, one of these shots, and obviously now the one that they've selected was my preference as well. I mean, you're really you're increasing the chances of a multiple score. So I like this play.
Yep. So they opted to play the hit.
Yeah. Might as well take that well over.
Yeah.
I think that's not only was the shot, but I mean the outcome is really good.
Yeah, I think it was a very good result for sure. Very nicely done. Thing two now, with no real opportunity for a double. That was a bonus in that. I think you would take that in a minute.
Now, if you're Calvert, I don't think you want to like nose that because that leaves back a double for Kleiter.
Yeah.
This is really gonna curl. Really gonna curl.
Right on the nose, I think. Close. Yeah. Does leave him a chance to play that double though.
Yeah.
With really not much risk unless you just flat out miss it. But
I'm good with well, there's two shots. You play the double or you play the single hit on the shot rock. I mean,
yeah. I think I'm okay with either one.
Yeah, I mean to me it's whatever you see and whatever you feel most comfortable playing.
I'm not sure what he settled on here. I think they settled on the double.
They settled on the double, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Too thick.
Over the top. Yeah.
That was the one problem with the double.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so hard always to not second guess, I guess, in those kinds of shots, whether that was a good idea or a bad idea to play that. But if you make it, it's a great idea.
Yeah, my preference would have been just to play the single, but
me too.
Yeah, I mean, make it sit to you might be able to get just under the guard again, but I mean, if you see it, a different way, if you see that double, you play it.
Yeah. And we are at the Martensville Curling Club, the Curling Stadium Martensville International. Bringing you a couple of games at every draw pretty much for this event, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully you'll take in another game or two over the weekend, or a whole bunch more if you like. So catch this, you're on the Curling Zone site, Curling Zone on YouTube, Curling Stadium on YouTube. Look forward to the rest of the weekend. Well, got a good one to start with. Calvert, you can play an out-turn come around, sit a couple and try to manufacture a deuce here. Or more.
Just gonna curl.
A little deep. Yeah. Oh yeah, you might let left Kleiter a good opportunity here.
Mm-hmm.
You could take this away from them. You could take this whole end away from them if you can make this perfect. But you got to be really good.
Yeah, I mean, if he ever bounces off you, you're leaving a potential 3 on the table. But
yeah, you've got to have perfect made on this shot. But that's how you win.
Yeah.
Rylan Kleiter of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. No turn freeze. It's final rock of the 6th end.
There's that little pop that you talk about, which
Yeah, I know.
changes the angle of the rock and line of delivery. This looks pretty good, though.
Looks really good. Got to get it there, and that's.
Oh, it's there. That's just fantastic weight control.
Yeah, very good. Will be very tough.
Yeah. I'm gonna bet on one red.
One red?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna guess on. I'll go one yellow just for fun.
Okay.
So if we ever meet up with Schmel for that bond spill in Minneapolis or wherever it is, then
yeah.
one of us will owe the other guy a coffee. Being non-drinkers and all. So I was supposed to talk to you about that sometime. Here's the last shot of the 6th end. Braden Calvert looking to pick this one out for a couple.
Wow, this is close.
He's close, yeah, he's really close.
No. Oh my God! Yellow did get one.
We have a winner. Well, never dreamt that's how that would happen, but we'll have a look at it here. Would need to curl just another, probably half an inch. Maybe, or half an inch less, maybe. Let's see. Another look at it.
More of it.
So, yeah, just a hair more, I think.
Yeah.
Great effort by Braden Calvert, but Rylan Kleiter will steal one in the 6th and take a 4-3 lead as we go to 7. We'll be back right after the break. We're back, Brand number 7 here in Martensville. Rylan Kleiter from Saskatoon having a 4-3 lead over Braden Calvert of Winnipeg. Really good game so far. We've had, like you say, Terry, we've had enough misses to keep it interesting, but we've had some really good curling as well.
Calvert got his 2 and it was looking bleak. Those were 2 fantastic shots, and again, I said it at the beginning. Kleiter just has such good command of draw weight, and he's got a pickle there in that last end. And then Calvert makes a fantastic little shot, 4-1. And while we didn't think, or I didn't think it was kind of possible to score 1, and you did. I suppose at the end of the day, I mean, when you watch that shot, I suppose 2 was even a possibility, but it was more important that Calvert scored there. So
yeah, And to be fair, I don't know if I thought one was possible or not, but I couldn't. You took the logical guess, so I had to take the other one. So we got this the other way. Matthew Hull. Make a double peel here. We'll do so. I think I just let everybody a minute ago. I think I was at Kleiter had the 4-3 lead, but it's actually Calvert with the 4-3 lead going to 7.
But how hard are you going to go at a deuce here?
Well, I'm going to go pretty hard.
Yeah.
Especially playing at these levels, you know. It's one, you're just not going to win enough games coming home, I don't think, tied up, so I'm going to go pretty hard. At least my intent will be to do that for about the first half of the end, and then if I see something different, perhaps change that. But for now, I'm going to plan on going pretty hard.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, if you're 2 down coming home with, I mean, that's not the end of the world. So I'm with you. I'm going pretty hard at this deuce.
Yeah. So halfway through end number 7 here. So far, Calvert won the back of the 4-foot. 2 reds at the top. I'm still going to leave those. There is a point here where I would think that he might say, if I can make this double, but then he runs a risk of a blank, I guess is the problem. It's going to be a guard. Good shot. Maybe the ice is curling though. I would think you might want to come right around that if you're Kleiter. Move them around a little bit, maybe. A good option as well. If you ever chip that one behind the guard and roll the shooter on the rings over on the left, wouldn't be bad either. They're going to be opting to peel the guard. And no problem with that. Off the other, nope. Be an interesting call here, Terry. I think there's definitely an opportunity to go for the double and then hope that Rylan Kleiter doesn't make a double back or come right around it again. Or throw another guard up there, but I don't know if I like another guard. I think the Kleiter's coming around if you throw another guard. I don't know that he's thinking double, but it looks like he might be thinking a hit and roll behind the corner. Looks like not much ice. Probably thinking double.
Yeah, I don't know how much risk you really want to take here.
Yeah. Just save the shooter no matter what you do. Just doing that. Great looking shot. That's a heck of a shot. Probably rolled far enough. You'll see this again. Comes across the top. Hard to hold it there. This is in turn. So he goes over and rolls almost right behind the guard. Left it open a little bit. But he probably got far enough to prevent the double coming back the other way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Even though Kleiter might be taking a shot at it here with Josh Mattern. Or perhaps just a hit. Try to stay here somewhere.
Pearl.
Let's hang around. And it will not. So really running out of time for Team Kleiter here to get a deuce. To set up a deuce. Basically 4 rocks to come. They do have a number. They have more of these team meetings than I would expect. Where are you going, Terry, on this shot?
I'm probably going where they're talking about, like on the, kind of behind that guard. I mean, I'm trying to prevent, or I'm trying to force a score of 1.
Yeah, I think I'm going there too, because if I go the other way, the open side that they indicated a little bit is then he might take a slash at the double, and if he makes it, that's maybe a problem for me. So, although I could come around the corner, I guess too, but I like that spot. I think.
Yeah, and I don't think necessarily you have to bury it. I mean, half buried um, is as long as it's high enough is good. That
Yeah, I agree.
right where he tapped his broom.
So Braden Calvert with an outturn draw. Like Terry says, did a piece of it behind the corner, but you don't need very much of it behind there to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, it's all about rock depth. Maybe
I want to set up this double.
Oh no, there it goes. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Get roll in front though might make it a little bit tricky. For Calvert.
Yeah, I think if you're Kleiter, you pretty much are thinking that we're going to be forced. So do we even just play the draw?
Yeah. You could do that. You could play the draw just free. So you mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're pretty much thinking, we're going to be forced to one. So one, this is a practice shot, to ensure that the weight is still the same, and if you make a really good shot, you force Calvert into either blasting, which might get you a blank at the end of the day, or it might get you a jam.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Rylan Kleiter, who's had really good draw weight in this game, even with that little push, but expect him to be very close in this. Has to line up perfect, and sometimes even that's not good enough anymore, but if you can line it up perfect, give yourself a chance, it can be a jam and a jam for two.
Really got to go to get it there.
Yeah, had perfect line, just needed a couple more feet, and it's the bad thing about that is when you play that shot and you don't get there, then it's a very easy pick too, because it's basically your rock is not really a factor. For these guys, they throw it down there pretty hard and just run it through and force you to one. Make sure you get to the stick on this, though. Be okay. Lots of weight. Does need to curl a quarter of an inch. And it did. Not much more than that, but it did.
Yeah, it leaves the same shot for Rylan just to score his one and tie it up and needing to steal in the eighth inning.
Yeah.
Just the way those rocks were set up there before Rylan took his first shot. All I could think of was Holman's running up there and calling the double and making the double.
Yeah.
She put on quite a performance in the Scotties, man.
Yeah, she did that. Sweepers look pretty happy with the way this one looks.
Yep. Kind of wish he had that weight on the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a tie game after 7 innings of play here at the Curling Stadium Martensville International. Good Knicks with Kerry Corbin, and we'll be back right after the break.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
If anybody was willing to jump in, I was willing to back out because it is a lot.
Yeah, yesterday it looked like we had tons and tons of gaps. I said to Colleen earlier, so we gotta have a look at the draw sheet.
Quick little backstory, guys. I think Braden Calvert's team got into Martensville at 5 a.m. this
Oh, my
morning.
goodness, really?
There was an accident or something, bad weather on the roads driving from Manitoba into Saskatoon.
Wow. 5 a.m. today? Wow.
Yeah. Well, they look like they had car legs to start.
Yeah. So we're back for the 8th and probably final end here in our game between Braden Calvert and Rylan Kleiter. And we have a tie game. With Calvert having hammer here in number 8. First rock went up in a good spot for Team Kleiter. Come around. Well, we see another guard go up for Kleiter, and or maybe not. Yeah, I was going to say he's not doing it.
100%, it's sure.
Yeah. Kind of had me wondering for a minute, but
he was just messing with your mind, buddy.
yes, I guess so, yeah.
This is really way out there, and
Yeah, really not a great spot.
no, they wanted to get that kind of in line with the other red.
So if we just paper check it, it's fine. I like the out.
It's interesting, Terry. You never see even these rocks that are out front that are just a little bit off the center line. They're allowed to be moved as they were for up until a couple of years ago when the rule changed. Everything could be moved a little bit, but now only the ones that aren't touching the center line. But nobody hardly ever tries to move those other ones. I rarely see that shot play, which just surprises me that there's not at least once or twice you'll see some people do that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think you see more and more people pushing it into the rings, you know,
Yeah.
so that they can take a run at it. I'm not sure of, you know, kind of the game plan here from Team Calvert. You know, I think putting rocks into the house is around the center is kind of potentially helping Team Kleiter, but we'll see. I mean, ends have to evolve, and then you have to make some, you know, hard, fast decisions. But
Sure. Yeah, and I know I hear you on that. I usually will go in with one, but then when it comes time for the next one, I really don't know that I want to go in there for the next one. Just
that's
like,
right. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where to put it, but I don't really want to go there. Which is
Like,
probably feeling after that.
Yeah. It's like when you got the hammer and you're sitting 3 and you go, where do I put the 4th one?
Yeah. Well, here comes appeals. We'll probably see a few of these now. We were talking about this game taking a little bit of time and being a little slow, and we just heard that Braden Calvert's team didn't get into town until 5 a.m. today, and they were driving from Manitoba to Martensville, which looks like about an 8-hour drive on maps, on the Google Maps when I looked at it. So understandable they've been moving a little slow today. A long old drive.
But at the same time, I mean, I look at the two sheets beside them, and they're both, in the same spot. They're both playing the 8th end.
Yeah. So Matthew Hull. An interesting shot. I don't know exactly where he wants this one to end up, but trying now. Got a little more, I think. Little feel on the tight one.
That the two yellows where they are, I mean, and given the position of the Red Rockets, certainly not ideal at this stage for Kleiter.
No.
Wherever you want.
Yeah, turn peel for Kurtz. And no problem on that. Oh, you're trying to guard his red one, but at the same time maybe making a little bit tougher option going after the yellows. But as you say, it's just not sitting in the best situation right now for him. We'd been able to get another, 10 inches out of that draw that went to the top of the button. He might have been a little bit better. So Mattern just showing for him, the out-turn draw. Looks like it'll do the trick. Yeah, that's a good shot. And appeal coming for Calvert. Team Calvert. No problem, it's gone. Same shot again.
Yeah, we're into that rinse and repeat mode.
We are, that's for sure.
Wow, this one's way out there.
It does. They have been able to move these over pretty good, but it doesn't really want to go that deep either.
Yeah, this could be problematic.
I'm gonna go after the two reds here. You don't really want to pick your own yellow out of the middle of this, though. I don't think, because it makes it a little bit easier to guard. Let's see what happens. Oh, he wants it to curl, so it's still going to curl.
Oh, that's pretty good. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, and see it again. He's trying to run it red on red, but he'll take this. This worked out fine. Curls another little bit, though. It's a problem because it's just going to pick just a straight yellow out. That would have been bad. So good shot.
Well, Matt, I mean, Kleiter was always going to, I think, play this out turn.
Yeah.
So getting rid of that yellow rock as well, I think it actually helps.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Because I think the in-turn draw, as it would be for Rylan, that space, the hole between the two yellows, while it's there, I mean, I'm not. You would have to almost be edge on the yellow one outside the rings to get it through the hole because the finish is there.
Yeah.
They're going to go tight guard, eh? They're going to go tight, and then you're going to have to draw. Just saying.
I thought he was trying to go around this yellow, but I don't know if he is or not.
Yeah, I know he that was the call.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. They're going hard now.
Board, Scott?
It's interesting that they, this is actually a good conversation because, one guy pointed out, let's just peel the red.
Yeah.
Even though Kleiter is shot, what's he going to do? He's probably, I guess guarding. And at the same time, I mean, I don't know where you'd throw the guard. Do you leave him the kind of run on the yellow, just half. I like the guy. I like this shot. Yeah, 100%.
Peel on the high one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Kleiter's got to put the rock in a situation or a spot where you can't take away him picking that red out and not giving him the slash on the yellow. So.
Yeah.
I really do think this is a good call. I
would agree with that.
He originally went up and said, let's just peel that red out of the rings. Well, I don't want to give Kleiter another chance on it.
Yeah, because he might not be able to make it much better, but he might be able to make it even a little tiny bit better, which wouldn't be helpful.
And I think this is the shot that really Kleiter has to play is the draw to the other side of the 4 foot, or try and take away one of the shots, either the pick or the tap, and
yeah.
I think that this is the call.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll end up playing that out-turn draw. You're talking about the out-turn draw to the edge of the 4 foot on the other side?
Yeah, I just think you have to because I think I suppose there's the other option. You could try and almost nose that yellow one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the shot.
Well, yeah, my first thought was the draw to the other side too, and you just got to be really good with it. But because you probably need to keep your rock half in the 4 foot. But I don't know. You just initially think you don't say, well, you can't hit, and then you're like, well, you know what? If he does hit and makes it good. What does Calvert do? Does he play the double for the game, or does he draw needing a piece of the button, which isn't going to be that easy either, right? Because you probably can't get there on one turn, and the
You're
other
right.
turn it goes away. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure now. I don't really mind the little hit and flop or hitting the nose even, or just off nose, so you don't hit your own. But
Yeah.
I also don't really know what they decided on. But
They're
looks
going
like
with the
more.
draw. Yeah,
I was
they're
gonna
going with
say
the
the ice
draw.
looks like it'd be a draw. Yeah.
I just think the pick or the run on the yellow, whatever shot you leave is too easy for this caliber of play.
Yeah.
I think you try and force him to run the yellow one in and hope he, doesn't make it. Oop, back eight's not good.
Yeah. Back eight is good. No, I thought the same thing.
Well,
Might think they need to slow it down a little bit.
he missed the chip. Ooh. Left the
know.
draw. He didn't
Yeah.
want to be. He didn't want to be behind the tee line there, but
No. And it was a good thought. They thought about the little
yeah,
chip for a second, but it was just maybe a little bit late and a little bit too tough to. They couldn't hit much of it. They couldn't touch much of it. Just had to basically just rub it.
yeah.
So last shot here. Going to have a winner in this end, that's for sure. Braden Calvert with a draw to the 4-foot, full 4-foot, basically for the win.
Yeah.
With some backing. They always say don't count on backing, but sometimes it helps. I'm talking when you throw the one that's like 2 feet heavy, not the one that's bouncing off the hat sort of thing. Yeah. So Braden Calvert, the outturn. Looking for win number 1 here at the Curling Stadium, Martensville International. It's on its way.
Still way out there.
It is, but will it curl enough? Needs to curl. Needs to curl
a lot.
No.
Yeah, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Oh, he got just the wick and scores his one.
Yeah, just so he needed everything. He needed a little rub, needed the backing, needed everything, but he makes it. So Braden Calvert comes away with a 5-4 win here in draw number 1 in Martensville. And reminder again that we will have coverage all weekend long. Most of the time, 2 games every draw, and we look forward to seeing you again just in an hour and a half or so for the next game here in Martensville. For Terry Corbin, I'm Jim Nix and Matthew Hone on production. And we'll see you again shortly.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
tonight, but
I think
yeah.
it's like 11 p.m. your time.
Is it?
Yeah,
I think actually
11, 3, 7, and 11.
I think you're. No, I got it. I got it in my calendar as 10 o'clock my time. So
I think I think this change. I had all these draws an hour earlier yesterday because I thought today's game, my game from my time, I thought it was going to start at 11 today, and then I looked. I said I was getting ready for that time, and then I looked again. It was no, it's not till noon. So
Where are you?
I'm in
Nova
Ontario.
Scotia.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it in my calendar as a 10 o'clock my time, but I will definitely check.
Yeah. I think when you look at it now, it's 11, 3, 7, 11. So so 11 o'clock. I'm not on again before that unless I jump in with another game, but I probably won't because I probably need to sleep sometime if I'm going to do 12 o'clock.
You're old. You need a nap.
I know. Jesus, everybody tells me that now. I hate that.
I know.
Okay.
That's what I looked when I went, ooh, geez, I signed up for that many. Like, when am I going to get my nap in?
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Okay, man. See you later.
Yeah, you betcha. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
See you, Matthew.
Bye. Thanks.
Take care, Matt.
Well, yeah, I gotta log out of here.
X out of there, yes.